Hi there, my name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney that specializes in Georgia workers' compensation cases. And I'd like to welcome you to another episode in my Georgia workers' compensation video series. In this series, I provide you with helpful information about the rules of workers' compensation law in Georgia and the benefits available to you under it. I'm going to focus on one specific type of benefit available under workers' compensation law in Georgia today, and that benefit is called permanent partial disability benefits. It's a benefit that you're paid as a result of the permanent impairment that you suffer as a result of your injury at work. Specifically, I'm going to talk about PPD benefits, which is what they're known as for short, as a result of back injuries in Georgia workers' compensation cases today. Now, permanent partial disability benefits are provided when your doctor gives you a permanent partial disability rating. That rating is the doctor comes up with that rating as a result of using the American Medical Association Guides to the Evaluation of Permanent Impairment, the 5th edition. Georgia law requires doctors to use that book when providing you with a rating. And that book, and it's a big, thick green book, tries to rate any sort of permanent impairment that you might have as a result of any sort of injury. And there's a section in that book, a chapter, that focuses on your injuries to your spine. And in that chapter, it talks about back injuries. And your back in that book is really divided into 3 different sections. You've got your cervical spine, which most people think of as your neck, your thoracic spine, which is your mid-back, and then your lumbar spine, which is kind of the lower portion of your back. Now, many people, when they're talking about workers' compensation back injuries, are focused on kind of the lumbar spine or the bottom of your back. Or they may be focused on your thoracic spine, but they're often not talking about your cervical spine. And so I'm going to focus on the thoracic and lumbar spine today. Now, there's a couple of different ways that doctors can rate your permanent partial disability using that book when you suffer from a back injury to either your lumbar or your thoracic spine. The most common way, though, is what's called the DRE method, and that's diagnosis-related estimate. And what that method focuses on is basically dividing categories of back injuries by severity into 5 different categories. There starts at category 1 and it goes up to category 5. And today I'm going to not talk about all types of permanent partial disability ratings for back injuries. I'll focus on one of the most common, which is ratings as a result of kind of a herniated disc. Now, if we're talking about those 5 categories, generally, when you receive a rating for a herniated disc, category 1 is no permanent partial disability at all. So that's really, you have almost a complete recovery from your injury, and so you end up with a 0% permanent partial disability rating. Category 2 is one of the most common that you see, and that is when you have a herniated disc, but it really doesn't result in surgery. And so you end up with a rating, if you're dealing with your lumbar spine, of somewhere in the range of 5 to 8%. Category 3 and 4 ratings are most commonly seen in herniated disc cases when you end up having surgery. Category 3 ratings usually seen when you have a surgery, but it's kind of a more minor surgery like a discectomy, and you'll end up with a rating of 10 to 13%. The category 4 is more commonly seen when you end up with a more major surgery like a lumbar fusion, and you'll end up with a rating of 20 to 23%. Category 5 ratings are not seen very often, but those ratings tend to focus on in surgery cases of herniated disc where the surgery does not go well and the person has more lasting results and will end up with a higher category 5 rating than the 20 to 23% rating I mentioned for category 4 earlier. I hope you found this information about permanent partial disability ratings in back injury cases helpful. If you have, please let me know by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you've got other questions or want more information about workers' compensation, I'd suggest that you visit our Perkins Studdard Workers' Compensation YouTube channel, where you can view all the videos from our Georgia Workers' Compensation video series, or set up a free consultation with me to get answers to your questions. There's 2 easy ways that you can do that. The first is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, or the second is by visiting our website, www.perkinslawtalk.com, and completing and submitting the free consultation request form that you'll find there. Thanks again for watching today, and I wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injury.